You ready? Do you have any thoughts? Are we going to ask some questions too?
Probably not.
You're really good at it though. I know you're tired. This is our date right now. I'm very tired. I took one sip of that.
No damn appetizers.
I know I should have ate dinner. I was trying to put up our laundry from the suitcase.
What's up, y'all? My name's Leticia, and you're listening to Confessions from the Closet, a podcast all about vulnerability and overcoming. It's time we get ourselves unstuck from these boxes and these closets that we've allowed ourselves to be trapped in. We're so much bigger than these boxes we've been in. It's time we go deep, y'all.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another week of Confessions from the Closet. I'm so happy to be back home. Except I miss vacation.
Yes.
Vacation, we
Home.
We were on
Fine,
vacation
work.
last week. Yeah.
No. But it was fun.
Yeah. Mari had her first day back at work after 7 or 8 days off? Which,
I don't know. It was a lot. It was nice.
yeah. Mondays are hard after Mari's been off all day on Sunday, and Sundays I'm gone all day at church for like 5 hours, and Apollo's like just with mom or with Darling. And Mondays are hard because you've gone back to work. Now you've been home for 8 days or 7 days. And Apollo was so fussy today. Like I couldn't leave his side. We held hands. We watched lots of movies, I'm not complaining. I'm tired. But I felt like I didn't get anything done. We're all sad when you go back to work.
Me too.
We miss you. So thank you for working so hard for us. Anyways, vacation was amazing. If you listened last week, you knew that we filmed right before we left town. And we got to go to Austin, where I'm from, where I was born and raised, and go see my aunt and uncle and lots of friends. Not as many as we would have hoped to see, but we saw a few friends. And it was good.
Yeah.
It was good to get away. After all the stuff that we had gone through, the 2 weeks before vacation, I think it was just like a reset and a refreshing to be around so many people, like, just as we are, which, I don't know. I feel like we're as we are here, but it was just different.
It was so fun.
It was so fun. There's really no schedule.
Your aunt and uncle are just so great.
Oh, they were the best. It was
funny.
Great. Yes. The view was to die for. Literally, it was amazing.
Yes. It's like we were on a little resort.
Yeah. Got to invite friends over to their house 2 different days. It was amazing. I'll insert some pictures.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Aunt Susan and Uncle Kurt.
It was a great vacation. And I don't know, just being so Austin. We're from Amarillo, which is the Bible Belt. And the Bible Belt of Texas anyways. A little bit more conservative. Lots of churches. I guess that's why it's called the Bible Belt, right? It's very like, I don't know. That's what it's always been called as far as I know. Very Christian.
You know that in Austin that...
No, when I moved here, that's what I heard. Yeah. I think, yeah, because Austin's way more liberal. Way more free. If you grew up in Austin, you knew who Leslie was. He was the guy in the bikini, always dancing. I don't remember what street it was on, but I grew up watching that. So Austin's a lot different than Amarillo.
Keep things weird. What does it say?
Keep Austin weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I told you I wanted to live there.
I know. Well, I almost moved there before I met you. So that was my other option. I came here and met you. And
hello.
Here we are in Amarillo 8 years later. Damn it. No, I'm just kidding. But we talked about moving to Austin. We've talked about it all the time. We just have so much family here. And our amazing church family. And we even talked about it this weekend. Like, man, it would be so nice to just be in Austin. There's definitely a lot more. You see a lot more gay people walking down the street, and it makes you feel like you don't stand out as much. I think that's the difference. Like, we're safe here. We have a safe circle, pretty much, for the most part. With the exceptions of what y'all heard about last week on episode 15. This is episode 16. Can you believe it? But there, it just felt like we didn't stick out. Even driving downtown, like, Amaya's like, oh my gosh, look at all the rainbow flags. And that was sweet for her to get so excited about it. And we went to the Eddy Distillery, which was really cool. And they had pride shirts and pride flags, which I was going to bring down here, but I totally forgot. Y'all means all over the place. And
Yeah.
that was very comforting because you don't always feel safe. When you see something like that, you're like, okay, I'm in a safe space. Doesn't mean there's not crazies there, but you feel more safe. Your guard can come down a little bit more. Because I feel like my guard's up a lot. Like, who am I around? Who's going to see something? Who's going to say something? I didn't feel like that there at all. Not once. Did you?
We were in our normal self, so it's not like we were holding hands or something.
No, but I felt way more safe. Like, I wasn't afraid to, like, I'm getting better at this even at church. It's over. We talk about this. It's overcoming all this, like, trauma and this isn't okay things still. Like, when you're around people, I just literally internalized so many things as a kid that I literally believed I would burn right away if I acted on any of my feelings. And that wounds you. I don't know. Childhood trauma is real and we all have it. I would tell you all the time, we're trying to constantly heal our inner child. But there, I just felt like it just felt different. And
I loved it.
Yeah, it was great.
There wasn't a day that I was like, oh.
Yeah.
It's great.
It was great. We got to meet with some of my friends and talk with them for like 3 hours.
I haven't seen them in forever.
I haven't seen them in probably 15 years, maybe. I don't know. It was 2005 or 6. I might have been in college. We couldn't figure it out. But I grew up around them. They knew me when I was like 12, maybe even 10. So Maya's age, which is crazy. And they have a child who has come out trans or non-binary, pansexual, different. It's like a journey.
And you met them where?
I met them at church.
Church, right?
Yeah. And we got to really just talk to them about that and that journey and what that looked like for them. And that it just felt like we hadn't missed a beat in all those years. I was like, yes, this is why I love them, because it was the same.
They were really sweet.
It was the same feeling I had as a kid, like as a 12-year-old looking up to them. It was that same feeling. It was just like being home again. And they helped me so much. They had such a big impact on my life. I talk about them all the time to Amaya. And I'm not saying names because it's not, I didn't ask permission. I'm sure it'd be fine. But anyways, hi, because I know you're listening. But they had such an impact on my life. And even just sitting there for the 3 hours.
All their energy that they brought. I mean, I had never met them.
Yeah.
I've heard stories, but as soon as they came, it was peaceful. It was great conversation.
Deep. We went deep.
Yeah.
Fast.
They were so genuine and
which is
open, and we got to talk a lot.
Yeah.
I got to listen a lot too.
Yeah. Got to hear their story and just what it's like being parents to an LGBTQ kid, teenager, and walking that journey. And even they said that like when they first came out to them, they're like, oh, that makes sense. But she felt like she didn't do a good job. I'm like, as a gay person, I'm like, dude, you did great. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously as teenagers, we're like, nothing's ever right. But as an adult who wishes I had the courage or the knowing that I would be okay to come out at that age, without abuse or fear or whatever, they did great. They're doing great. They're walking this journey and together as a couple and with their child, and their child's like so self-educating that they had already done all this research, and they were it reminded me of Cody, Chana's son, Chana trans mama, and how researched he was on like the top surgery and all the things and the hormones and all the things. It's like, that's amazing. I hope Amaya is as well educated on her own. And now that we're homeschooling, because their child's homeschooled too, I hope that I teach Amaya to educate herself when she's curious about whatever it is in life.
Ever feel open enough to talk to us about it. I think that's key as a parent.
Yes.
To make your kids feel
safe,
comfortable, and safe.
No matter what it is. I was talking to your brother upstairs. Monty's little brother is living with us right now, and I get to talk to an adult every day. It's really nice because Monty's at work a lot, and when she comes home, the kids want her attention. So I was talking to him earlier, and it was just like, it doesn't matter if your kid's not LGBTQ. You want to raise them to know that they can trust you with anything. Pregnancy, whatever it is. Suicidal thoughts, depression, because if they can't come to you, that's when they go try to figure out how to handle those things on their own, and they're too young to know how to handle it. I mean, I'm 33 and I don't know how to handle a lot of things still. Say that again. Yeah. I'm trying to learn how to handle you. Just kidding.
Still haven't.
Yeah, still haven't figured that one out. But how important it is as a parent to raise your kids to research. I mean, my mom raised me to research, which is why when I did come out, I researched both for and against the Christian side on that, because my faith is and always has been so important to me. But I've always known to research. So I hope I'm going to pass that down to Amaya, because it was really awesome to hear that the kids are doing that. I think it's important and safe. And we met another person.
Well, they have easy access.
Yeah, it's way easier.
I didn't have.
I had an encyclopedia and
any of that.
Like the encyclopedias in the dictionary. Like that was I learned how to Google in encyclopedias, and I was good at it.
But you wouldn't have been able to look any of the stuff.
That thing didn't even exist. I don't know that it existed back then.
That's what I'm saying. Like we didn't have any access. Now they can.
Yeah.
Any question in their mind, they can look up.
Yeah.
Whether they can get the right answer, no, but. Or maybe.
Well, and to be able to research outside of what the media is putting in front of you, or outside of what just your news feed on social media, which we all talk about. Amaya does not have social media yet. She has a private TikTok to dance on. What's being put in front of them versus like seeing like the vast amount of articles and research that's out there, and knowing how to filter through things and find good information. And that's what's important. You can find stuff and just like, I'm not sure about that. But that was, I don't know, it was really refreshing. We met another person while we were there, and their kid, who's like 10, came out as pansexual. And they were like, what does that mean to you? It's just like, I am who I am. I just am. And that's probably more like a non-binary feeling as well. Just, I am. And I feel that way sometimes. I don't want to be, Leticia.
I know, it's crazy that we happened to meet somebody.
Yeah, someone else, like randomly at my aunt's house.
Same age as Amaya.
Yeah, and they help lead the Chase Pride event. It was just really cool to
all
get
of our
to
experience every day was really cool.
I think it's so cool that kids. I know a lot of parents are against this, and it's grooming, and I used air quotes because I've seen this on Facebook. It's like grooming or just taking away from the Christian traditions. Well, I think a lot of the Christian traditions are crap because they caused a lot of trauma to me. But the Holy Spirit, thank God, thank Him, literally is bigger than the indoctrination and the straight grooming, I guess we could even say, because all we saw was straight media, straight people, straight couples. It was still gay. I mean, I remember the first movie I saw was Imagine Me and You. I don't even know if you've seen this movie. This is super. We're gonna have to watch it. We'll look it up. It's like one of my favorite movies. Like, it's sad because she's like married to this man, but then like her florist or whatever in the wedding or something, they like just fall in love. And then like the first time they like secretly hold hands, oh my gosh, I finally understood what my sister felt. But at the same time, I was still terrified I would go to hell for those feelings. So it was like I had to hide those feelings. You know what I mean? And all I saw was straight media. And then Glee Club came out, and I saw, I was older. I had my own apartment. I had a job. I was in Houston by myself. And Santana Lopez comes along, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then Pretty Little Liars, and Emily's the lesbian character on there. It's like, it all makes sense. But all I saw my whole life was like straight media, and I didn't get it. Like, of course, I like the romance, and I like that, but I never got the butterflies when they kissed until I saw two girls kiss in a movie. It's not grooming. It's just going to make them understand that they're not alone. We talked about that this week. Like, growing up as a kid, knowing we were gay, you thought you were the only one.
Mm-hmm.
There was no couple to look up to. There was no couple at church, lesbian couple at church, you know, dedicating their children or getting baptized with their daughter or singing on the worship team. There was not an image that told us you can do this and God loves you. But I still knew it was true eventually. Like, when I came out, I knew that that was a possibility because God told me that, not because I had seen it.
Mm-hmm.
So all that to say, I know that a lot of parents, especially in the Christian world, have a problem with it. But why? Like, ask yourself really why. Because you're scared they're going to be gay or trans or whatever? Is that why? Because you're scared they might actually be that? Because if they are, they already are. And if you're welcoming open language and open talk, and even movies that include gay, lesbian, trans characters, and they are that, you're letting them know they're okay. They're going to do research. They're going to find things on their own. Mm-hmm. They have a phone, I'm sure, especially as they get older. But one thing I love is when we do see, like, we've been watching Station 19 because what's her face? Karina from Grey's Anatomy is with I can't even think of her name right now, from Station
Captain
19.
Something.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I got it. This is her new lesbian story, babe. We got to watch it. So we've been watching it. And then when Apollo will watch any, like, two women kiss, he's like, aw. And I love it because Maya thinks it's gross. Like, if we kiss, she's like, because she's a 10-year-old. And she's been feeling that way for about 2 years. It's like, ugh. But that wouldn't change if we were a man and a woman. She's just a 10-year-old, and it's weird when her parents show affection. But Apollo thinks it's cute, and he doesn't discriminate against mom and dad kissing in a movie or whatever. It's just, but his mom's kissing and loving each other is normal for him. That's his normal. I don't know. I have a lot I want to say, but I don't want to be offensive to anyone. On the post that I'm referring to about grooming. Anyways, I guess I could talk about it. Can I talk about it? Or should I just... It's from 2 weeks ago. Anyways, a friend made a post. I might have talked a little bit about this last week. And a lot of Christian white women came on that post and had a whole lot of opinions and brought in... It was about pronouns. Brought in all the stuff against LGBTQ people and ruining the Christian purity culture, which is another joke. Let's be real. Let's cause more trauma to our children. But what bothered me the most is that person who shared that post never once mentioned that she sings on a worship team with a lesbian who has an amazing family. And that lesbian's me. Because she's seen the unicorn, which is us. We're the thing that nobody thinks can exist, and we do. And I'm not mad, but it was just kind of like, I wanted to go be like, yeah, she sings with a lesbian. That's me. My kids love Jesus, you know. But she didn't say anything. And not that she has to, but I know she loves us. And
yeah,
it just bothered me because it's like, man, she's just talking about pronouns and y'all go attack all the LGBTQ people. And we do exist. And Jesus does love us. And Jesus is in us and works through us. And yeah, it bothered me.
We're all from the same God. Is the whole point.
We're all made in the image of God.
Every one of us.
Every single one of us, which brings me to the other topic was, you know, we got to talk to all these people who their kids have come out for whatever different types of coming out, like pansexual and trans and non-binary or whatever. And then we were with to other lesbians who asked me, how do I feel about that? As a podcaster and a Christian, how do you feel about that? And I didn't really get to answer the question. And so this is my thoughts. How do you feel about transgender people is what I understood the question to be. And then we even talked about intersex, which I don't know a whole lot about intersex, and I would love to interview someone who is intersex just to like educate people more on that. But on the answer of transgender, I believe and I know God made me gay. I believe and I know that. And I know he did it for a purpose. And I know he didn't mess up. In the same sense, I believe God made all my trans friends trans. And as much as I want my rights, the more I interview parents of trans kids and trans people, the more I become like on fire to fight for them. Even more so than the L and the G. Because they have less rights. And they are being murdered and being harassed and being fought against instead of for.
Mm-hmm.
And something I've talked about on other episodes is Pastor Daryl will say, if you don't understand someone, invite them over for dinner, have a glass of wine and break bread. Like have dinner with them and ask them about their story. Because we can't judge what we don't know. We can't be afraid of what we don't understand. I identify as gay. Like the word lesbian is just like, it's a weird word to me. But I'm a lesbian, technically. But anyways, I always say gay. Some people identify as queer. I still find that word to be derogatory because it was used in a derogatory way for so many years. I don't like the word dyke because I heard it used in a derogatory way so many years growing up.
Oh, yeah.
So I identify as gay. Been called dyke before. Doesn't feel good because it was used in a mean way. But anyways, I lost my train of thought because I was thinking about past things. The more I get to hear these stories, the more my heart breaks that people can't just see the heart. God talks about when he's choosing David as a king. He says, you see the outward appearance, but I see the man's heart. And I don't think that story is in there by mistake. I think it's because it's like, hey, you should look at a person's heart. Don't judge a book by its covers, like the same
But yet
thing.
everyone does.
Yeah, but everyone does. And if you just could sit down with someone and hear their stories or listen to my podcast and hear their stories, which is the point of the podcast, is to share more stories to help people understand better, to get more allies to fight for not just us, but the whole community. Because we don't have equal rights and we don't have equal treatment and we don't feel safe everywhere we go. And trans people feel even less safe. It's amazing. I always say that our greatest weapon in life is our stories. And it's so true. Because if you'll just sit down and listen to someone's story, you can understand them better. You can understand why they do things they do or whatever. You can understand so much. And so yes, I absolutely believe trans people are made in the image of God and they are not confused because nobody knows a man's heart but the man and God himself, or the woman and God himself, or they and God himself. And you're not that person, just like you're not me, and you can't tell me what I meant or what I know. You know, I was told on TikTok this week by a troll that I was following my father, the devil. Following your father, the devil. In the same video, I'm pretty sure I said Jesus. I was talking about Jesus. And I'm pretty sure that demons have to flee at the name of Jesus. So I'm like, that doesn't work, but okay. Thank you. Thank you for your comment. You don't have a name or a picture. Move on. Yeah. I know trans people are born that way. And even our friend Victoria, something she talked about was that that happens in the womb. That there's studies that are showing that like gender, even being gay, happens in the womb. It has to do with the environment of your mother and if you have a father or whatever your other parent is, the one carrying you and the other parent. Is there trauma happening? Is there too much hormones? Is there all these things? There's all these factors that cause it. Not to like say it's the mom's fault, because it's not what I'm saying. But I mean, I know a lot happens in the womb. I also know that God's the one that knits us together in our mother's womb. It says that too. So,
Yeah.
He didn't mess up. He doesn't make mistakes. We make mistakes. And not saying that trans people are making a mistake by choosing that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we make mistakes in loving each other. We don't do a good job of it. Just to drive the point, get to know someone's story. Don't just assume. Don't just make it up or take someone else's word for it. Like literally you get in the trenches and go invite that person to dinner with you. And if you're unchanged, then I don't know. But I'm pretty sure if you hear anyone's story and the pain they've been through, you'll feel different when you leave that dinner. And that's how I feel every time I get to interview someone or talk to someone like we got to in Austin. Got to talk to so many people and hear so many stories. Yeah. What are your thoughts on it? I mean, you've been out way longer than me. Like
So
11 years long. Well, you probably have more like
stories.
I don't know. Do you? I mean, you went to like gay clubs.
Yes,
and
I mean that's how I met. That's how I met Victoria, and she's one of my best friends. And when I think about, I defend her. So I hate to say, oh yeah,
the best. You're the best, Victoria.
She's my girlfriend. She's girlfriend.
Victoria.
Yes,
she's it. She makes me look good. She's got my hair on point.
She has a great heart.
She has the best heart.
Yes, I mean,
she will give
for I don't know how long did I say we're been friends for?
I have no idea. 17 years. I don't know. I'm just making that number up. Did I make it up?
Real experience, and God, she wrote her mom. I mean, is the most loving.
Oh, her parents are amazing.
Her sister, dad, I've been friend with her for so many years, 20 years, I guess, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
15 plus.
Yeah,
but I don't like when people post stuff about trans because it's not fair.
Yeah, it's and
anyone that actually meets them. Everyone in my family, almost half of I know for sure all the girls have gone to get their hair done with her, and you cannot say that everyone knows it. They love her.
Oh, yes. She's the best.
Absolutely. I mean,
she exudes love and joy, and her energy and vibration frequency has always been another level. It's even knowing all the stuff she's gone through. She literally
would do anything for
vibrates on a high frequency
person.
Yes. And it bothers me too. And that's something I was thinking about because we did last week's podcast and talked about all that. But the people who are hurting are the people who are making those posts, those hateful posts. What happened to them as a child? People often want to assume that if you're gay or you're trans, you were molested. Well, that's not my story. It's not very many of our stories. But my question is...
Or that the molester was gay.
Yeah. And it's like you can't use, as we said with a Catholic lady who prays away the gay every day, you can't use one person's story to be for the mass. You can't use, just like for the whole police thing, you can't use one bad cops to do the whole mass community. You know what I mean? You can't. There's bad seeds in every people group, every community.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't let them ruin it for everyone. There's so much good in the world. There really is. But my question is, what are the people who are homophobic? Did they get molested by someone of the same sex? Did they get hurt by someone? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I've really been praying about it because I'm like, God, I don't understand why they think it's okay to be hurtful or funny or why they're so turned off by something. It's not like because I'm gay, I'm after every single woman, or because someone's trans, like Victoria said, I'm not after every single man.
Yeah.
Like, we're not some pervert pedophiles. No, that's usually the straight white men that are hurting and molesting the kids. Sorry if you're a straight white man and that's not you, but that's like statistically, it's usually a pastor or a priest. It's usually someone you trust, someone who's straight.
Mhm.
It's not us. We already have enough shit against us. Why would we want to add more? You know, we just want to live. We just want some freedom. We want to serve in church. We want to have babies, raise our babies.
And also, like, the family members of these people, stories that we're hearing that just totally turn their backs.
Oh, turn their backs on them for loving their kid.
For loving their kid, yes. And on the kid.
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, we're really blessed that, one, I mean, we were older, and I know Mom lost a lot of friends, especially church friends, but it's like, man, Jesus, that's all I can say. It's like my friend was saying at dinner, she's like, I am seeing Jesus more and more as I've become just an activist, really, an ally for the LGBTQ community. And also they have adopted 4 little black boys. And so there's that too, because they're a white family. It makes you see things differently when you're living a different story all of a sudden. It makes you fight. When you hear people, if you literally will sit down with someone and have dinner, it makes you see the world different. Sit down with someone who's different than you. Yeah. Get out of your bubble.
Yeah.
I think that's why I love our church so much, is because we have the prisoner reentry programs. We have like people who are in prison that get to come work and then they get to come to church. They've made mistakes and they're trying to help them get out of that. We have ex-drug addicts. We have lesbians. We have gays. We have people who have committed adultery and their marriage now years later is thriving. We have a band of misfits. People who, by the church, I can't even think of the freaking name. Pharisees, right? By the Pharisee standards, would not be qualified. And Jesus says, but you are. And Jesus said, but they are. Jesus didn't like the Pharisees. He wouldn't like them today. And I guarantee a lot of the people who are homophobic and having a hard time with us would not welcome Jesus if he was walking next to us.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't look like we think he looks. And he wasn't who people want to paint him out to be. He was hanging out with the tax collectors, the prostitutes, all the people who society said weren't good enough. Because he was trying to make a point. And all the Christians, quote, air Christians, the air quote Christians, who have turned their backs on people who are for loving their LGBTQ kids or for being part of that community.
Or not dressing the way you think they should dress or look, or it's just...
Who are you following? Are you following a religion? Yes, that, in my opinion, you are.
Yeah.
Because Jesus wasn't that, and Jesus isn't that. Jesus is kind. Here we go. You're getting excited.
I'm laughing because I was talking about dressing. I was thinking about, like, I wore, me and my cousin 3 days apart.
An answer
4
to
days
picture.
apart, I'm sorry. we would dress the same. We would, I mean, all the time. We would wear her dad's polo shirts, which were like
huge,
large, and we were small.
Skinny little things.
I mean, we'd sneak his shirts, wear them. She'd wear a blue one, I'd wear a green one. I mean, she is straight, 4 kids. I mean, loves boys. Well, she's been married, but totally different.
She loves me, though.
And yeah. But, you know, they hated the way we dressed. Why are you dressing like that?
Because you loved it.
But we were just silly kids. I obviously am a lesbian, and
I saw pictures of you, and I'm like, let's be honest, how did they not
jerseys know? But she would wear them too. It's not like she didn't.
Yeah, but y'all were like, y'all were free, and that's it's just
funny.
Yeah, I
Don't
dressed
be
it.
inserting them pictures, girl.
Yeah, I'm gonna put them on. I got one.
No, you don't.
It's an orange hat. I'm pretty sure you're wearing.
Oh, that is not a good
Oh, I love it. It's so
no.
cute. You're so cute. But I'll insert. I'm not going to do it to you and not insert mine. Like
Okay.
there's pictures of me wearing same basketball jerseys, long basketball shorts, and that was something I talked to them about. Like I didn't even go to their wedding because I was in this season. Our friends who have a trans kid, I was in this season of. I never liked dresses. It's still a wonder to me why I wore a wedding dress. You know what I mean?
We're gonna get remarried,
And I'm gonna wear this fine suit. It's gonna be skinny. My booty is gonna look good. And I'm gonna look good, babe. Don't worry about it. But I will not wear a dress. My
I will
hair's
not
gonna
let
be on
you wear a
point.
dress or that
Hell no.
or a skirt.
I hated dresses growing up.
That damn skirt, boy.
With the bow tie. But I like short shorts. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, I
I
know.
love short shorts
You
now.
look good in everything.
I didn't like them growing up. But anyways, I was in the season where it was just like, to go to a formal event, I didn't want to wear a dress, but it wasn't a social norm thing for young. Like I've seen all these kids going to prom wearing like suits and stuff, like girls. And I'm like,
I love that. I see parents
hell
even
yeah.
let their kids wear whatever they want.
Yes.
Like,
And
there's not a.
at home, I could wear whatever I wanted.
I don't ever tell you need to wear a dress. You're going to
Oh,
church.
she loves dresses.
But damn it, she wants to wear a dress every time. She's totally opposite than
Yeah,
us.
I did get annoyed when she wore Crocs to church, but that's another story. I was like, girl, you got 700 pairs of nice shoes in there, and you wore Crocs.
They were her new shoes.
I know. We are a shoe family. Like, we love shoes. Apollo has lots of shoes, too. Anyways, I was in this season where I just didn't... I didn't like formal events, like swim banquets, all the banquets, because nothing felt comfortable. And then, you can't wear a basketball jersey and basketball shorts to a wedding. Like, that's awkward. And so you're going to stand out like sore thumb doing that. So I just didn't go. And I never told them that's why I didn't go. Till
now
recently.
They have some really cute feminine suits.
Yeah.
And sexy. And
yes. And I do. I dress it's like a androgynous style, I think, that I would have because
your style changes.
My style does change, but I think I'm like coming into. I like
T-shirts.
T-shirts.
Skinny jeans.
Someone told me you don't need to wear T-shirts every week, and I'm like, then I won't come to church. I love T-shirts. I love T-shirts and skinny jeans with rips in them. I don't think I own any jeans without rips in them.
No,
they feel weird to me. But I love T-shirts. I've been buying men's small T-shirts too because I like the way they fit me. I really like this shirt. I told you, I was like, I look good in this shirt when I put it on earlier because I feel confident in it, and it's just a T-shirt. But thankfully, you have let me explore my style. But yeah, I mean, I think people should dress in what makes them confident, and our kids included.
Angelica's fiance, she dresses really cute.
Yes, really cute. Some of those jackets, I'm like, okay, where did you get that suit jacket?
It reminds me of stuff that you would probably wear.
Oh yeah,
very cute.
I need to reach out to them. Like, I like that. Anyways, I love.
But you didn't want to wear a dress.
I didn't want to wear a dress, and there was nothing appropriate to wear, so I just didn't go to the wedding. It's like, they have the most fun wedding. I remember seeing pictures and hearing stories, and I was so sad that I didn't go, but I was too scared. I was just, that was that season of life where I was really figuring out, I got real close to that mic. I was really understanding and figuring out that I was gay. I knew back then, and nothing felt comfortable. I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin, always long shorts. I was a basketball player, but it was always long shorts, always baggy T-shirts as well. I had like the ponytail. Even when I was in like 5th grade, I did like, my dad had this like where you part it back and you do the side. I would do that. I was the dorkiest dork, but people thought I was cool. I don't know why. I look back and like,
kind of like now,
you were a dork. I still am. Yeah. I just am confident in who I am. I'm like, yeah, this is me. Whatever.
You're cute.
Like, I'm just me. But my mom raised me to be just me.
I know.
Thanks, Mom.
Love it.
But I would like push my hair, and then it was 3rd grade because it was when Cole was born. Push my hair, and then I do this side part, and I hairspray it, and then I put it in a ponytail. So I had like my dad's part with ponytail. Like, come on, how did you not know, Dad? Yeah. It was obvious. I guess I always wanted a short haircut, but yeah, it was such a weird season to like, I knew who I was, but I wasn't comfortable. And then finally, when I did come out, my relationship with my dad got better. I was less afraid to wear short shorts. It was like the clothes were hiding me.
Mhm.
It was like I was hiding and the clothes were another part of me that was hiding.
That makes sense.
You know?
Yeah.
And it did. As soon as I came out, it made sense to me. I was like, I didn't have to hide anymore. I could wear whatever. I could wear the shorty shorts I wore the night I met you. Hugging all the right places, I guess, according to you. You know, I still don't like tight shirts. I've never liked tight shirts.
Yeah.
It bothers me. I've never had big boobs. And especially now that I've just gotten done nursing Apollo for 2.5 years, I did that. I'm proud of it. Please talk crap. My boy didn't get sick. He was taken care of during the whole pandemic by my breast milk. That is not an easy job, and I did it anyways. They're even smaller now. But I've never, even every time I've worn something that is like tight on my chest, and then I see the pictures later, like I wore to the wedding, I'm like, oh my God, why did I wear that? Why didn't I wear the one? It doesn't make me feel confident. I don't know why.
Mhm.
Because I will rock a bikini. But as far as t-shirts go,
Mhm.
I don't know, something about it. But I'm glad I know that and I can do that. So I love that there are so many parents now that are, their kids are coming to them and coming out. I think it's amazing. I think it's going to save them so much depression, like save them from depression, save them from suicidal attempts, save them from isolation, save them from thinking they're not good enough. Because to the parents that are like, no, this is bad, we're changing them. No, we're saving them. We're saving them from that statistic. That statistics, the suicide rate is going to go down as the years go on for the LGBTQ community. And that's what it's about to me. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. I mean, is there anything you can think of? There was that video I wanted to show you. I don't know how long. We got like 48 minutes. Do you want to see it?
Okay.
Okay. So this is a video from like 2 years ago. I'll insert it like I normally do. I saw it on TikTok recently. You don't have to watch the whole thing. Let me get this ad.
The Bible says, and
This
the Bible says it's not popular. We know the Bible isn't
this
changed.
pastor from Tennessee.
Homosexuals. You understand me? This sermon is to show you that our government, like the police, like the federal government, the police, or what have you, should enforce Leviticus 20:13. The United States government or local government, Knox County government, Tennessee government, should put murderers to death.
Right.
Should put rapists to death.
Amen.
Should put kidnappers to death.
Amen.
Should put adulterers to death.
Amen.
Should put sodomites to death.
Amen.
Homosexuality, it should still be a crime, people. Just like murder,
Amen.
rape, and all of these things, it should
Amen.
still be a crime. The government should do their job.
Right.
Instead of running radar on the interstate, why don't you go arrest some queers? How about that? Somebody stands up, oh, I'm LGBTQ. Here's how it should work. It shouldn't work where we go out and we enforce the laws, because the Bible says the powers that be are ordained of God, and God has instilled the power of civil government to send the police in 2019 out to these LGBT freaks and arrest them and have a trial for them, and if they are convicted, then they are to be put to death. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
It is a capital crime that should be carried out by our government. God has instilled the power of civil government to send the police in 2019 out to these LGBT freaks and arrest them and have a trial for them, and if they are convicted, then they are to be put to death.
Put to death.
Executed. We should be executed for being
Wow.
LGBT.
Poor guy.
I saw a lot of the comments. I wish I could find the TikTok. I saw a lot of comments on this.
I feel sorry for him.
Yeah, so this pastor is like screaming. I'll insert the clip, but he's like talking about how LGBT people, he's talking about Leviticus law, which is Old Testament law, who Jesus came to take care of. Old Testament law is gone, which there's a lot of things that should happen if you want to go by that law. We're all breaking it. Anyways, he's saying that LGBT people should be arrested, and then if they're found to be LGBT, they should be executed.
Yeah.
In the comments, though, they're like, oh my gosh, he's in a closet. He's, he's gay. Because a lot of the other things is like a lot of homophobic people end up coming out later. Yeah. They are hating their own self. Yeah. They are not accepting of themselves. They're so scared of who they are. And I was that person. Yeah, I've talked about it a little bit, but when I was in FCA, like I had all these athletes as my campers, and a lot of them were gay, and clearly, and you could tell, and they were more open, but I would like talk about how it was a sin. I even told some of my best friends that it was a sin, and I knew I was gay. I was preaching to myself. And I wrote a blog because I blogged when I came out. I was blogging, and I just recently went to it because I've thought about like bringing those back out and doing some new ones, but I apologized. And I was like, if I ever made you feel that you were wrong for being who you are, I'm sorry. I knew I was being a hypocrite at the time. But I was so scared to be myself. And I'm sorry if I ever made you feel less than. And I can even say that about not fighting for the trans community before getting to know more. Like, it's not that I was against it or that I thought it was wrong. I've never thought that. I didn't understand it because it's not my story, but the more stories I hear, the more I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm so thankful to know you, and I'm so thankful to share your story and hear your story, and I want to support you and fight for you more and more. Yeah, but that guy was like heated, and I think that's what a lot of our straight church friends don't know. That hate is still out there to that degree. People still think you should be killed for being gay. It is still a thing in other countries. You can still get arrested. I have a lot of followers, and not a lot. I have a few followers. Gonna have a lot. Okay, manifest it. In like Africa, and it's illegal there. They can arrest you if they find it on your phone. They can arrest you. They find you having like conversations with someone, and it's a loving relationship or something. They can arrest you for that. I don't know if they can execute, but I know that happens in different countries. It's still illegal in several countries to be LGBT. And it's definitely still not free or equal in the US, but it's still very illegal and very bad in other countries. And, I don't know. I think going to that worship thing might have opened some of our friends' eyes because they were there and they got to see how much it hurt us. Not that they're in relationship with us, and they got to witness that and be like, whoa, like I get why they don't go to things. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm so thankful for our vacation. We needed that reset. It felt like a reset for me, like reminding me what we're going after in life, reminding me to keep dreaming bigger. I want a pool like that one day. Reminding me the value of amazing friendships. And I love deep friendships. I don't like surface level, like let's go deep. I loved that we got to do that with some people, and our kids had a blast. I can't wait to go back. It's definitely got to be a yearly thing because that was fun.
Well, we talked about going back for Pride. So
did we?
We'll see. Yeah.
Oh, we did? That's in August.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it's right before your vacation time ends. Because thank you, iPhone launch. If you didn't know, because Mari's been in the cell phone industry for so long, from like September to the end of Christmas, Mari cannot take off. So that's why we're always on summer vacations and Christmas vacations, because iPhone launch is all those months, and then it's Black Friday. And anyways, that would be fun to go back for August for Pride.
Yeah, we should.
That'd be great. I enjoyed it. We usually go to Florida and we fly, but there's no way I'm getting on a plane with Apollo right now. I mean, maybe not for 2 years. Unless we give him some Dramamine. Like, driving home was hard. He got a stomach bug in the middle of the night, our last night there.
Leaving back. Yeah.
I knew I needed sleep. I didn't get any sleep. And Mari was feeling car sick, so she took a kid's Dramamine. Apollo threw up like several times in the car, 7-hour drive. I was like drinking energy drinks all the way driving.
That was rough.
That's probably why I'm still so tired.
I am too. Exhausted.
It was a long last day, but it was the best. And if again, I just want to say thank y'all for listening. If you haven't already subscribed or liked or hit the bell for notifications on YouTube, please leave us a review. Those help. We love your comments on the videos.
Apple Podcasts,
especially. I can see all y'all's comments there. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your time and just sitting with us and listening to us. And I really do enjoy the feedback. Like, I enjoy getting to talk to people and hear their stories. There's nothing I love more than getting to hear people's stories. I think they're amazing. I got some really cool interviews lined up for the next couple weeks that will come out whenever they come out. But I hear our son crying. So until next time, have a great one.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to my mom's podcast. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and give this video a big thumbs up. Also, thanks for your comments and your feedback. Hey guys, thanks. Hey guys, thanks for listening to my podcast. Oh gosh.
why don't you do a mic check?
Because then I gotta go upstairs and get my headphones.
Oh.
If you talk into it, I can see your mouth. Just talk. Don't talk.
Okay. You get on my nerves. You're making me do this after my first day back.
Thank you for loving me. You're the best. Oh, I forgot to bring down our new flag. We could talk about how good it felt to be in a city that was so much more inclusive. Like, we didn't feel like we stood out. I feel like we stand out here all the time. That was part of it. It's just like how the trip was.
Well, also, though, we don't go out anywhere. Like, I don't know how downtown is, or
it's definitely not as many gay people walking around as I saw just walking down Congress Avenue for an hour.
You saw a lot of gay people?
Way more. I was like, we're not the only ones, thank God. You can go to a UT basketball game. It's all you're going to see is lesbians. That's my whole life.
Sign me up twice.